Everybody knows ChatGPT will overtake humans as the smartest being on Earth. That means smarter than you. To prove this, we're gonna see if ChatGPT can create a bustling mega economy in the game that requires an economics degree. That's right, Victoria 3. But that's still too easy. To make it harder, ChatGPT has to focus on building only farms and food industries. Make sure to stick around to the end to see if ChatGPT can survive and even prosper. Our story begins as Egypt in 1836. While once known as the breadbasket of Rome for the crazy amounts of grain we once produced, things aren't so great anymore. To begin, we needed to tell ChatGPT the current state of the world. The Ottomans hate us. The Ottomans view us as a target of conquest. Now this was bad for a few reasons. First off, we needed to focus on farms, not war. Secondly, and probably most importantly, the Ottomans outnumbered us like crazy. They would absolutely obliterate us in a war. You know, I probably should have started with that. Anyways, after telling ChatGPT that we were probably gonna die, it gave us a comprehensive plan to follow. Now I won't read everything since it's long, so let me summarize it. Basically, this guy, Muhammad Ali, not this one, but what a legend, rest in peace. To make it short, this Muhammad Ali will greatly invest in agriculture and related industries. If you're not a farmer, you're not Egyptian. Now before we could begin building farms, we needed to first expand our construction sectors, because the faster we could build, the faster Egypt became one big farm. After building some iron mines and tooling workshops, Muhammad Ali began expanding the military a little. There was no way we would preemptively strike the Ottomans, but this was just a little precautionary thing. We don't want to push into the mountains, we just want to defend, especially our mountains here. This is going to be a little more difficult to defend. Also, because I'm a dumb chum, you guys might hear my mouse in this video. What great content, right? Before we knew it, our truce with the Ottomans was over. Ooh, spooky. In 1840, Muhammad Ali ordered the construction of multiple farms in the Nile Delta, the most fertile land in Egypt. We would focus on mainly wheat farms, as grain would be our #1 commodity for the near future. And as if on cue, we also finished researching intensive agriculture, allowing us to use fertilizer. And I mean, who better to import poop from than the British? It was just a joke. Oh look, we could get a defensive pact with Spain. Oh, them an obligation. Yeah. The short answer was yes. Oh, bless me. Did you say bless you? Thank you. With our new Spanish allies, we now had a combined force of about 200,000 troops. We outnumbered the Ottomans by quite a bit. If war did come, we could defend our farms. And that war came just a few days later in the form of a demand. The Ottomans demand return Adana from us. Because I don't know how strong they are. They might just blitz us and kill us. Could we give them Adana back? No. Alright, you heard the man. Just like that, war had come to our nation. Quickly, we scrambled to ready our troops. Within weeks, hundreds of thousands of Egyptian troops mobilized. The main bulk of our forces congregated on this front, while a smaller contingent protected here. While we were outnumbered now, once our Spanish allies came to help, we would send the Ottomans packing. War was not great for the economy, however, as now tens of thousands of our farmers were on the front lines. We needed to end this war fast. Right out of the gates, our troops blitzed the unprepared Ottomans. They hadn't expected us to attack first. Even outnumbered, our forces crushed their armies. But very quickly, they launched a counteroffensive, and suddenly, we were overwhelmed by the Turks flooding in from every direction. Where are you, dude? Come help! Send your troops over here! We were betrayed by Spain, who sent no troops to assist us, and by the end of the month, farms pillaged and ravaged by the barbarians, we surrendered. What an insult that was. The Spanish did not come to our aid. At least we're making money again. I mean, why does it keep To deflect our anger, we decided to return to our peaceful agrarian ways. After feeding my construction addiction, Muhammad Ali decided to ramp up the investment of farms, which we needed considering the war messed us up. Look at this giant GDP drop. For the next few years, we focused on rebuilding our economy and constructing more farms. Okay, so this is the mod that I got, but it's like randomized farm yields, and we get an extra 20 plus agriculture throughput, and it's different for every state. See, this one is only 10%, which is pretty cool, I thought, especially for something that, like, we're gonna be doing an agricultural based video. Holy crap! More than 50% of the people living here are slaves. Ah, and our first fertilizer plant was built. With our new fertilizer factory, our farms were becoming very prosperous. Not to mention, the wages here were pretty decent. Seeing the results, Muhammad Ali ordered the construction of more than double the current farms. We were going all in. This land is gonna only make grain. Are these, like, have these always been here? Or is this dynamic, like the cities? You know how the cities grow over time? Are these farms dynamic too, or what? Because that'd be kind of sick. Within no time at all, we were finally producing 2,000 units of grain nationwide. While we still weren't a significant producer, we were getting very close. Oh, and look, the Republic of San Marco came. This reminds me of my Italy video. If you haven't seen that,
go check it out after this video.
We have recovered our GDP, thank goodness. Then we saw why this game is absolutely disgusting. What is that? Oh my... Bro, what happened here? Oh my gosh. Also, this reminds me of my Taiwan video, so if you haven't seen it, go watch it after this video. As a matter of fact, just after this video, just watch all my videos. In no time, we were suffering from success. 40 minus 40. It turns out, producing only wheat makes the price of grain plummet. Huh, who knew? Anyways, if we didn't find consumers for our food fast, we would surely die. Oh, look at this. They would take 675. And so we signed a huge trade with the people that go, eat my croissant. That's not racist. If you made it this far, comment, For the next few years, Muhammad Ali kicked farm construction into overdrive. Capitalists around the country began investing in our very first food industry. Now, nobody knew what this grocery thing was, but over time, this would be lucrative. As more and more farms were built, the more money Muhammad Ali and his people made. Well, these guys get paid good. For the first time in centuries, Egyptian farmers were banking. But just as our people began to prosper, fate had other plans. Oh, they rose up, and I wasn't even looking. 70? Oh my gosh. We only have 50. With half our country rebelling against us, our economy tanked. We needed to crush this revolution fast. As war descended upon the farmlands of Egypt, our troops fought like never before. Men, you must not fail today. The lives of your family and the future of this country depend on you. With a vengeance so great, our soldiers cut the traitors down. And just like that, they capitulated. With the rebels now dead, it was a time for Reconstruction. The farmers, now in government, enacted homesteading. Houses were rebuilt, jobs replaced. We bounced back in no time. Never before had Egypt been so prosperous, and never before had our people lived so well. Alright, we're gonna go all the way up to 50. And then here, we're gonna go up to 30. And then here, we're gonna go up to 30 as well. Anywhere there was arable land, wheat farms were built. Yeah, we passed the 10 million mark. Who knew that being a farming country could be viable? Also, this is definitely dynamic. I do not remember having this many farms. One more farm until we get to 50. Look, our GDP is catching up to them. Oh my gosh, we almost make 6,000. Oh, now we make 6,000, bro. Muhammad Ali ordered the construction of the foundation of what would soon become his food empire. Egypt was prospering. Every day, new farms were built. Nations worldwide knew of Egyptian grain, the best grain on the entire globe. We had transformed from a tiny backwards country to one with immense wealth and power. Nothing could stop us. Do you guys see what I see? Do you guys see what I see? No, not this. This. Roman Republic? This is ChatGPT, and it is smarter than you. To prove it, I challenged it to dominate the world market by only building farms and food industries. Is ChatGPT smart enough to build a super economy in the game that requires an economics degree just to beat the tutorial? Stay till the end to find out, because let me tell you, you're in for a crazy ride. Our story begins in 1864. Egypt is a land of pretty much nothing but farms. The people are humble yet very rich farmers, having prospered from the hundreds of farms constructed over the past few decades. Okay, this is a part 2 of a series, but you don't have to watch the last episode to understand this one. All you have to know is we built like 100 farms and got rich. To begin, we needed to tell ChatGPT the current state of the world. Over the past 30 years, the ruler of Egypt, Muhammad Ali, yep, that was his name, what a legend, rest in peace, brought great agricultural prosperity to the lands of the Nile. Egypt was the 9th largest producer of grain in the entire world. Now, Muhammad Ali was dead, and it was up to his son, Ibrahim, to bring Egypt through prosperity. But there was a big problem. We were running out of arable land. Anyways, after telling ChatGPT that we couldn't grow crops on sand, it gave us a comprehensive plan to follow. And it was genius. I won't read everything since it's long, so let me summarize it. Basically, instead of focusing on grain production, ChatGPT decided it would be better to start turning our crops into more refined food, such as groceries. I mean, considering we could build 1 million McDonald's that only sold buns and still have grain left over, this was a pretty good idea. Fortunately, before his death, Muhammad Ali had ordered the construction of 10 food industries in Lower Egypt, our country's most fertile land. We're making bread. We're making croissant. Look at all this grain we're exporting. Hold on. 675 to the French, and then 385 to the Russians. Egyptian grain is going everywhere, bro. Except China, because, I mean, look at them. It wasn't too long until our first food industry was built. It wasn't as profitable as the farms, and the capitalists were definitely exploiting some of the workers. See, it's 5.07 average annual wage. Our farmers make more money. But hopefully, this was the start of a glorious food empire. But now, ChatGPT needed to make a decision. Should we also produce liquor? The short answer was yes. As Egyptian McDonald's gained popularity, more factories were built. Very quickly, we began to produce too many groceries and the price plummeted. We needed to export our food fast or else McDonald's would go bankrupt. Because of our renowned status as a food producer, it wasn't too difficult to secure trade routes. In the end, we managed to export our groceries to both Russia and France. Let's export some vodka. We all know who wants vodka. So last episode, I told you all to comment, and oh my, the comments are hilarious. Oh, that's funny. For the next few years, we continue to expand our food industries. Alright, so we're not a significant producer, but we're gonna have to pass Belgium. We produced 266 already. So I mean, we're close to being a significant producer of groceries already. Because look at how much grain we make. 6.56k. We're number 4th producer worldwide of grain. Now we are primed to have a huge food industry. In order to reach our true potential and dominate the world market, we needed to keep building. In time, Egypt would rule the world. And build we did. Day after day, hundreds of Egyptians flocked to the food factories. Never in our people's lives had processed meals been so affordable. The rise of industry and capitalism was upon us. Wheat is now claimed by Greece. Try it, I dare you. Once known 1,000 years ago as the breadbasket of Rome, Egypt could now reclaim that title. No, literally. We began exporting groceries to the Roman Republic. Bet you never thought you'd see that in Victoria 3. We were on top of the world, and the only way to go was up. But fate had other plans. What the? The cries of rebellion ripped through the Nile. With the strong agricultural sectors and rapid industrialization of Egypt, the old religious men were upset because of their loosening grip on our nation. No longer did the young children want to pray in the mornings. Instead, they'd rather go to work and lose a couple fingers in the unregulated food factories. Oh my gosh, it happened again. Oh, look at how tiny they are. You tiny, ooh, you little tiny boy. Ooh, your daddy could come hurt you. Without warning, the religious revolt seceded, taking with them many of our trade ships. We were bleeding money. We needed to crush them fast. Oh yeah, we can bring in Spain, our ally. So hopefully they send troops. We are losing a lot of money. Over the next few weeks, over 100,000 Egyptian soldiers prepared for battle. This was the war that would seal our destiny. Would the farming elite destroy the rebels and bring Egypt to world domination? Or would the religious clergy cripple our nation forever? We were gonna find out. Ah! For your country, men! All across the country, brutal violence erupted. Our troops surged into the enemy's lines, cutting deep into their ranks. This is a massacre against us. We're losing so many troops. What the? Oh my! They fired back, killing 4 of our soldiers for every 1 of theirs we killed. Our assault slammed into their wall of guns, grinding to a halt. We're losing. We're actually losing. Oh, look who's coming! The Spanish! They're coming! The Spanish are here finally! After abandoning us against the Ottomans 30 years ago, our Spanish allies had finally come to help. With European guns on our side, the tides of the war changed. Battle after battle, we pushed our enemies all the way back to the Red Sea. Why? And then, dude, this is like 100,000 total Egyptians dead. After months of brutal fighting, the war was nearly over. But just as we destroyed the last rebel army... Oh, thank goodness it's over. It's over. It's over. As the smoke cleared and we executed all the traitors, the severity of their actions reached our eyes. We have a convoy shortage. They destroyed all our ports! They messed us up. They blew up our ports. With no ships, our goods were unable to make it to their destinations overseas. We now had too much food supply and our country fell into poverty. We had to do something. The next few years were dedicated to rebuilding. Right away, we prioritized rebuilding our ports. It wouldn't matter how much food we produced if nobody could buy it. Secondly, since grain was still the backbone of our economy, Ibrahim began investing in grain farms in Sudan, along with the accommodating fertilizer plants. Uh-oh, Great Britain claims Sinai. Oh no, dude, look, you can have it, man. Little by little, we built the ports and our GDP was able to recover to pre-war times. They're getting paid nothing, and they fired half of the people. And so, Ibrahim's priority was to expand the food factories and generate more productivity. He first started by switching to solely grocery production. Then he went into overdrive, investing large sums of money into building more. Immediately, our factories began making money again. Look at the food company of Lower Egypt is very productive now. Oh, look at the prosperity, dude. Yeah, we got cheap inputs and we have cheap outputs. Every day, new food factories were built. Within no time, our GDP shot higher than ever before. We're recovering, boys. Alright, so our groceries make up 35% of our GDP in Lower Egypt here. But still, since we were trading away thousands of units of grain, our factories were paying more than they should have. Since the capitalists would do anything to make an extra buck, they offset those costs by cutting employees. That was unacceptable. France is taking all my grain, right? And they're taking all my grain because they're building their own groceries. So we did the most big brain move ever done before in the history of Victoria 3. Something that will be coined as Chummonomics for eternity. Let's cancel our export of grain. Bruh, we just lost like a couple million. Wait, look! They're hiring now! But suddenly, as the food factories hired more people, our GDP began to climb! And... boom! 30! Second producer worldwide! We passed Prussia and France. We're almost gonna surpass the British Raj. Oh my gosh, look at that. This is absolutely disgusting. That looks like Germany. Oh no, that looks like Germany. Oh my gosh, no, that looks like Germany. Bro, what is happening? Oh my gosh. Why does everything look like Germany? And as we prospered, we received news from Europe. Oh my gosh, what is this? What's happening? Did we cause that? I think we might have caused the Civil War. With Chummonomics, we had destroyed the French, and our economy was booming. With ChatGPT's approval, we invaded Sugar Island and started producing all the white stuff we could ever dream of.
Look. We can finally get improved fertilizer.
In preparation, we built more fertilizer factories. With this technology, if all went well, we would dominate the food market.
If we get this, we might shoot up to first producer of grain.
Okay, I'm stupid, guys. I forgot to record the part where I switched all my farms to improved agriculture and we shot up to first producer of grain in the world. Our grain farms were outproducing every single farm in the entire world. Dozens of food factories were lined up to be constructed. Everywhere across the globe knew of our grain and our groceries. With Chummonomics, our GDP had doubled. We were now the second producer of groceries in the world. And after all our hard work, we were now #1 producer of grain.
What? We're second producer worldwide?
I'm trying to build Victoria 3's best community and I want you to be part of it. Make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss my videos. ChatGPT is the smartest creature that will ever exist. It's so smart that it's gonna take over the world one day. What? To prove it, I challenged it to a game of Victoria 3 where it can only build farms and food factories. Can it become the #1 producer of food and solve world hunger? Stick around to find out. Our story begins in 1894. Basically, for the past 60 years, we've built a ton of farms and food factories. Yes, this is part 3 of a series, but I just summarized it for you, so don't click off. For the algorithm, thanks, I love you. To begin, we needed to tell ChatGPT the current state of the world. As it was, we were the first, actually second, leading producer of grain in the entire world.
We were first place, but Great Britain took our spot.
And with groceries, we were slowly climbing the ranks.
We produced 6.5 thousand groceries. Obviously, Great Britain and British Raj are up there.
Anyways, we were rich from the tons of grain, groceries, and Sugar Island white stuff we were producing. But we needed way more if we wanted to solve world hunger. After telling ChatGPT about our situation, it gave us a comprehensive plan on how to kill Great Britain. Reach our goals of saving the world.
By killing Great Britain.
Now I won't read everything since it's long, so let me summarize it. For the next few years, we needed to expand our construction industry to keep up with the superpower that was Britain. Now this part was pretty straightforward, but then ChatGPT said something absolutely genius. To even the playing field, ChatGPT told us to undercut the British food industries by trading our food to them at cheaper prices. Basically, this would reduce demand for British goods as their people would buy our food, meaning they would stop building food factories. Over time, we could catch up to them. I told you ChatGPT was smart, so we got to work putting the plan into motion.
We're researching reinforced concrete because we want to outproduce the British. And right after, I think we're going to move up to steel frame buildings.
Now this meant we would need to invest in steel, glass, and explosives, but for now we could get away with importing these goods.
Yeah, we import 380 of that. Yeah, it's fine. We'll just import all that stuff.
On the flip side, we began trading food to the British. And let me just tell you,
that's a lot of food.
Then we expanded our construction sectors.
Alright, we're gonna go into debt, but that's fine. Okay, let me tell you. Debt is good.
With our new construction, we pumped out several food factories in no time. But we had a problem. We were out of convoys, so our factories couldn't trade their groceries.
Oh yeah, we're losing money right off the bat. Or should we stop exporting the grain? We're gonna go through a little crisis if we do that. But maybe it's for the best, because that's a huge chunk of our convoys. Look at that.
So like the genius I am, I canceled all wheat trades so the convoys could be used for groceries instead.
That is gonna be a big hit to our economy here.
As expected, the price of grain plummeted. Our GDP was looking like Disney stock prices.
What can you do, boys? It's fine, we're fine.
Fortunately, with the dirt cheap prices of grain and the extra convoys, our food factories began to thrive. After tearing away the grain exports to the British, we began trading them boatloads of groceries instead, and they loved it.
Dude, we're getting them hooked on groceries.
Right now, our farms were producing too much grain, but in the long run, that was good for our factories.
Oh! What? No, what is this? Brazil has an acne problem. Oh! What is happening here? Oh, that's nasty.
This game is making me go blind. In order to save our world, we doubled down on food factory construction.
Look at all the food industries lined up. We're just gonna go ham. This is probably the dumbest idea ever, but we're just gonna do it. Cause, content, right?
But soon we ran out of convoys again.
Yeah, we need more convoys. Look at that.
Our food factories began losing money because groceries were simply too cheap. We needed to solve this fast as our entire economy depended on selling our foods overseas. So while we came up with the plan, we decided to finally reunite North and South Sugar Island since we definitely needed the good old white stuff in the future. Ah! Hold fast, Sugar Island people! Ah!
Rudolph with your nose so bright.
Ah! Oh no, sir! It's their king! Won't you guide my sleigh tonight?
Wow, that was so cool. Yeah, I totally forgot that I'm such an idiot. I'm such an idiot, dude.
Yeah, so while we were committing war crimes, I'd actually realized something.
We are unrecognized, so we shouldn't be going into debt. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Let's halt all the construction, guys. Okay, we're making money. We're making money again. Because we're not constructing anything.
Fortunately, we had managed to build up a few convoys.
Yeah, because our trade what? Oh yeah, look. Oh my gosh, dude. They have no need to build their own groceries, which is gonna be their downfall. Oh, what the? They have so much. They have so many groceries.
Despite all the food we were trading to them, the British were on another level. We were way behind. If we wanted to solve world hunger, we would need to expand our food production and convoy capacity like crazy. And so, we began to prepare the shift to steel frame buildings, which would boost our construction considerably. So for the next few years, we expanded our industrial capabilities. Iron mines were modernized, while we built dedicated steel sectors here in Palestine and dedicated glassworks in the Blue Nile. In the meantime, we stopped all food exports to everyone except the British. And well, the Russians didn't like that.
Look, they want it back. They will still want the trade agreement.
Slowly but surely, we were building quite a few food factories. While there wasn't demand for new employees, once we had convoys to actually trade away our groceries, they would quickly fill up.
The good thing about Sugar Island too is it has more grain farms, guys. It's not just Sugar Island anymore. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this is my first time hitting 1900s. And we also hit 30 million GDP. Wow, what a year, right?
For months, the hardworking Egyptians continued to build up steel and glass factories, looking forward to the day they could finally shift to steel-framed buildings. That day came soon after.
Aha! And we got it. Steel-framed building.
Overnight, our construction boomed, and there was so much more potential to expand. Now we could focus on what was the most important.
Basically, now we just want to focus on groceries now. Let's do it.
Immediately, we got to work building food industries.
I'm gonna encourage manufacturing industry in Lower Egypt here. Now this should expand this up to, what, 60% throughput? An extra 20%. So that's like almost 2K we're gonna be making. An extra 2K. Let's try it. Oh, it's popping up. Look at 84. Oh my gosh, dude. Chummonomics, boys. Chummonomics. Dude, we're rich. 7K.
Day after day, food factories were built and shipped overseas to the British. To keep up with the giant demand, Sugar Island was filled with hundreds of plantations. From a poor, struggling nation in 1836, Egypt had clawed through revolution after revolution, turning the vast deserts into massive farms. But the Egyptians were a people with greater dreams, and over the past century, we had transformed a simple agrarian nation into not just the breadbasket of Rome, but the breadbasket of the world.
I know who's on that list. Stephen Hawking. 100! We got 100.
In a matter of years, we surpassed Great Britain in grain production, but we did not stop there. Year after year, more grocery factories were built until suddenly we had done it. We had ascended to first place. Never before had Egypt prospered so great. every single country in the world knew of our food. ChatGPT had solved world hunger. Okay, my game crashed, but basically we solved world hunger. If you made it this far, you're crazy. That or you skipped to the end. Go watch the whole video. Subscribe for more. Now watch this video.